English Listening Lab.
Hi, I'm Emma from the English Listening Lab. Today we're going to learn how to speak about projects like a professional in English. This is very useful for your job, meetings, and new workplace.
Hi, I'm Jack, and I'm learning English for work. I really want to sound more confident in meetings.
That's a great goal, Jack. And don't worry, we'll keep everything simple and practical. Let's start from the very first moment, your first day at a new job.
Oh yes, that moment is always a little stressful.
Exactly. So imagine you walk into a meeting room, people are looking at you. What do you say first?
Maybe just hello?
Good start. You can say, "Hello, I'm Jack."
That's simple.
Yes, and then add your role. I'm a civil engineer.
Okay, let me try. Hello, I'm Jack. I'm a civil engineer.
Perfect. Very clear and professional. Now you can also add your experience. For example, I have 3 years of experience in construction projects.
That sounds strong.
Yes, it gives confidence. Let's combine it. Hello, I'm Jack. I'm a civil engineer with 3 years of experience in construction projects.
Wow, that feels professional.
Exactly. Now imagine your manager asks, "What are you working on right now?"
Oh, I might get confused here.
Don't worry, use a simple structure. I am working on,
Okay,
for example, I am working on a tunneling project.
let me try. I am working on a tunneling project.
Great. Now you can add a little detail. It is a road crossing project in Dammam.
So, full sentence would be,
Like this, I am working on a tunneling project. It is a road crossing project in Dammam.
that sounds very clear.
Yes, simple English is powerful. Now let's talk about your responsibilities.
That's important in meetings.
Exactly. You can say, my responsibility is...
For example,
My responsibility is site supervision.
let me try. My responsibility is site supervision.
Perfect. You can also expand it. I manage daily site activities and ensure safety.
That sounds more professional.
Yes, but still simple. Now let's combine everything.
Okay, I want to try full introduction.
Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Jack. I'm a civil engineer with 3 years of experience. I am working on a tunneling project in Dammam. My responsibility is site supervision.
Excellent. That sounds very professional.
Really? I feel more confident now.
You should. Now imagine you are in a team meeting and someone asks, "Can you introduce yourself?"
I can use that same introduction.
Exactly. That's your strong base. Now let's go a little deeper. Sometimes people ask, "What team are you part of?"
Oh, what should I say?
You can say, "I am part of the project team."
Simple.
Yes. Or more specific, "I am part of the engineering team."
Let me try. I am part of the engineering team.
Perfect. Now here's an important tip. In professional English, you don't need long sentences. Short and clear is better.
That helps a lot. I always try to speak long sentences and get confused.
Yes, many learners do that. But in meetings, clarity is more important than length. Now let's practice a real situation. I will be your manager.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hello, Jack. Can you introduce yourself and your work?
Hello, I'm Jack. I'm a civil engineer with 3 years of experience in construction projects. What are you working on right now? I am working on a tunneling project in Dammam. What is your responsibility? My responsibility is site supervision. Excellent. Very clear. That was not too hard. Exactly. Now let's talk about confidence. Many people feel shy in meetings. Yes, I sometimes forget words. That's normal. If you forget, just pause and say, "Let me think for a second." That's useful. Or, sorry, I mean, so I can fix my sentence. Yes, and people will understand you. Now imagine your colleague asks, how is your project going? I can say, it is going well. Perfect. Or, it is going as planned. Simple and professional. Exactly. Now let's do one final practice for this part, a full introduction in a meeting. Hello, Jack. Can you introduce yourself and your work? Hello, I'm Jack. I'm a civil engineer with 3 years of experience in construction projects. I am working on a tunneling project in Dammam. My responsibility is site supervision. I am part of the engineering team. Perfect. Very professional and confident. I feel like I can actually say this at work now. And you can. Just practice it a few times. Now imagine this is your first day. You walk into the meeting room and everyone is listening. I think I can handle it now. Good. And next, we'll learn how to talk about your daily project work and updates more naturally.
And now that you can introduce yourself confidently, let's move to the next important skill, talking about your daily project work and giving updates in meetings.
Yes, this is what I need every day at work. I always struggle to explain what I did.
That's okay, Jack. We'll keep it very simple. In professional English, you just need a few easy patterns. Let's start with the most important one. I am working on... We learned this before, right? Yes, but now we'll use it in daily updates. For example, I am working on site preparation.
Okay, let me try. I am working on site preparation.
Perfect. Now, if your manager asks, what did you do today?
Oh, past tense.
Yes, but don't worry. You can say, today I worked on...
Simple.
For example, today I worked on pipeline installation.
Let me try. Today I worked on pipeline installation.
Very good. Now you can also add a small detail. We completed drilling activities.
That sounds more professional.
Yes, but still easy English. Now let's build a full update.
Okay.
Try this structure. Today I worked on... We also...
Let me try. Today I worked on site preparation. We also completed drilling activities.
Excellent. That's a strong update. Now imagine your manager asks, is the project going well?
I can say, yes, it is going well.
Good. Or you can say, yes, it is progressing as planned.
That sounds more professional.
Exactly. Now let's add a small problem situation. In real projects, delays happen.
Yes, always.
So if something is delayed, don't panic. You can say, there is a small delay. That sounds honest but calm. Yes. For example, there is a small delay due to weather conditions.
Let me try. There is a small delay due to weather conditions.
Perfect. Very professional. Now, if your manager asks, what is the issue?
I can explain?
Yes, like this. The issue is material delivery.
Short and clear.
Exactly. Now let's talk about asking for help. In meetings, this is very important.
Yes, sometimes I don't understand instructions.
So you can say, can you please explain that again?
That's polite.
I need clarification on this task.
I need clarification on this task.
Excellent. Now imagine a daily stand-up meeting. Your manager says, give me your update.
Okay, I will try.
Go ahead.
Today, I worked on site preparation. We also completed drilling activities. There is a small delay due to weather conditions.
Very good. Now add one more line for confidence. Overall, the project is going well.
Okay. Overall, the project is going well.
Perfect. Now let's practice a real conversation. Jack, what did you do today?
Today, I worked on pipeline installation. We also completed drilling activities.
Any issues?
There is a small delay due to weather conditions.
Is everything under control?
Yes, overall, the project is going well.
Excellent update.
That felt like a real meeting.
Exactly. Now let's talk about something important. How to sound calm even if work is stressful.
That's hard sometimes.
Yes, but use simple phrases like, we are managing it,
That sounds reassuring.
or we are working on a solution.
Let me try, we are working on a solution.
Perfect. Now, if your manager asks, is it serious?
I can say, no, it is under control.
Exactly. Very professional. Now, here's a tip. Never use long, emotional sentences in meetings. Keep it short and clear.
That helps me a lot.
Good. Now let's do one full daily report practice. Jack, give me your full project update.
Today, I worked on site preparation. We also completed drilling activities. There is a small delay due to weather conditions. Overall, the project is going well. We are working on a solution.
Excellent. That's a perfect professional update.
I feel more confident now.
And that's the goal. You don't need complex English, just clear and structured sentences. Now imagine tomorrow morning. You walk into your meeting and you give this update confidently.
I think I can do it now without fear.
Good. And next, we'll learn how to present your project and handle more advanced professional conversations. And now, let's go one step further. You can introduce yourself and give daily updates, but in real work, you also need to present your project and answer questions like a professional.
Yes, this is the most difficult part for me. Presentations make me nervous.
That's very common, Jack, but we will keep it simple. You don't need fancy English, you just need clear structure. Let's start with a very easy idea, explaining your project goal.
Okay, like what the project is about?
Exactly. For example, this project is about underground pipeline installation.
Let me try. This project is about underground pipeline installation.
Perfect. Now you can add one more line. The goal is to improve water supply in the area.
That sounds professional.
Yes, and very clear. Now let's combine it.
Okay, I'll try full sentence.
Go ahead.
This project is about underground pipeline installation. The goal is to improve water supply in the area.
Excellent. That's a strong project introduction. Now imagine your manager asks, can you explain the progress?
Progress means update?
Yes. You can say, the project is progressing well.
That's easy.
Or, more detailed, we have completed the initial phase.
Let me try. We have completed the initial phase.
Good. Now let's make it a little more professional. We have completed the initial phase and started drilling work.
That sounds better.
Yes. Now let's talk about challenges. In every project, there are problems.
Yes, always.
So if someone asks, what challenges do you have? You can say, we are facing a small challenge with...
Like materials?
Exactly. For example, we are facing a small challenge with material delivery.
That sounds calm and professional.
Yes, never sound panicked. Just explain clearly. Now let's talk about answering questions. In meetings, people may interrupt or ask details.
That makes me nervous.
Don't worry. You can use simple phrases like, that's a good question.
That gives me time to think, right?
Exactly. Or, let me explain.
Okay.
For example, that's a good question. We are working on it.
Simple and safe.
Yes. Now let's practice a real presentation moment. Jack, please explain your project.
This project is about underground pipeline installation. The goal is to improve water supply in the area.
What is the progress?
We have completed the initial phase and started drilling work.
Any challenges?
We are facing a small challenge with material delivery.
Good. How are you handling it?
We are working on a solution.
Excellent. Very professional.
That actually felt like a real meeting.
Exactly. Now let's learn something very important. Confidence phrases.
Confidence phrases?
Yes, these are short sentences that make you sound calm and professional even if you are unsure.
Like what?
For example, we are on track.
That means everything is going fine?
Yes, another one. We are monitoring the situation.
That sounds very professional.
It is. Or, we are taking necessary action.
Let me try. We are taking necessary action.
Perfect. Now imagine your client asks, is the project delayed?
I can say, there is a small delay, but we are managing it.
Excellent answer. Calm and professional. Now let's do a full mini presentation. Jack, present your project in a simple way.
This project is about underground pipeline installation. The goal is to improve water supply in the area. We have completed the initial phase and started drilling work. We are facing a small challenge with material delivery, but we are working on a solution. Overall, the project is on track.
Perfect. That was very clear and confident.
I didn't think I could say all that before.
And now you can. That's improvement. Now imagine you are standing in front of your manager or even a client and you speak like this calmly.
I think I would feel proud.
You should, because clear English is more powerful than perfect English.
That's a good point.
And if you are watching this, remember, don't try to sound complicated. Just be clear, calm, and structured.
I feel ready for real meetings now.
That's great. And this is the final step of our journey. Next time, we will put everything together into a full, real-world professional conversation.
I'm ready for it.
See you next time.